Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was once one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, a comedic genius loved by millions. But in 1921, his world came crashing down. During a wild party at San Francisco's St. Francis Hotel, actress Virginia Rappe fell ill and died days later. Arbuckle was accused of raping and accidentally killing her, launching a scandal so massive it shook the entire film industry. The press painted him as a monster, sparking national outrage. Though he was acquitted after 3 trials, and even received a formal apology from the jury, his career was utterly destroyed. Hollywood studios, fearing backlash, blacklisted him. Films he starred in were pulled from theaters, and his name was buried in shame. The public never fully forgave him, despite a total lack of evidence linking him to Rappe's death. Arbuckle's downfall became a symbol of how quickly fame could turn toxic in Tinseltown. His story was a warning. One scandal, true or not, could erase everything. Hollywood tried to move on, but the shadow of the Fatty Arbuckle case haunted the industry for decades. Albert Dekker was a respected actor known for his roles in films like Dr. Cyclops and The Killers, but his death in 1968 became one of Hollywood's most disturbing mysteries. When he was found dead in his Hollywood home, the scene was bizarre and deeply unsettling. Dekker was discovered naked, kneeling in his bathtub, with hypodermic needles, a blindfold, a noose around his neck, and explicit words scrawled across his body in lipstick. The official cause of death was ruled accidental due to autoerotic asphyxiation, but the gruesome details shocked the industry and his fans. Friends and family were horrified. Some questioned the police report, others insisted it was a staged murder. Regardless of the truth, Dekker's legacy was forever tainted. Hollywood quietly buried the story, erasing his name from polite conversations. Once a man of principle and talent, even a California state legislator, Dekker's shocking demise became tabloid fodder. The industry he gave decades to tried to forget him, but his scandalous end remains one of the most bizarre and unsettling in Hollywood's golden age history. George Reeves soared to fame as the original Superman in the 1950s TV series Adventures of Superman, becoming a symbol of heroism for a generation. But behind the cape and smile was a man deeply troubled by the role that made him famous, and the Hollywood entanglements that led to his mysterious death. In 1959, Reeves was found dead from a gunshot wound to the head in his bedroom. The official ruling? Suicide. But almost immediately questions surfaced. There were no fingerprints on the gun. Multiple guests were in the house. His fiancée gave conflicting stories. And most chilling, neighbors reported hearing multiple shots. Rumors swirled that Reeves had been romantically involved with the wife of MGM fixer Eddie Mannix, a man with dangerous connections. Was it suicide? Jealousy? Or something more sinister? Hollywood had no interest in digging deeper. The case was closed, quietly. George Reeves was laid to rest, but the truth surrounding his death was buried right along with him. A beloved hero on screen, Reeves became one of Hollywood's darkest and most whispered-about tragedies off it. Paul Bern was a brilliant mind behind the scenes, a respected director, screenwriter, and producer at MGM, and the husband of Hollywood's blonde bombshell Jean Harlow. But in 1932, just 2 months after their wedding, Bern was found dead in their Beverly Hills home. A bullet wound to the head, a cryptic suicide note nearby, and whispers of a troubled marriage. The official story claimed he took his own life due to impotence, but nothing about the scene sat right. The press speculated wildly. Then came the real shocker. Bern's ex-common-law wife, Dorothy Millette, was found dead just days later, having jumped from a riverboat. Some believe she murdered Bern in a jealous rage. Others suspect MGM staged the scene to protect Harlow's rising stardom. The studio's powerful fixers went into overdrive, silencing questions and cleaning up reputations. Hollywood buried the truth so fast, it left nothing but rumors in its wake. Paul Bern's mysterious death became one of Golden Age Hollywood's most unsettling scandals, a tragic blend of love, lies, and lethal secrets the studios would rather the world forget. Thelma Todd was the golden girl of 1930s comedy, glamorous, witty, and beloved for her roles alongside stars like Laurel and Hardy. But her promising career ended in chilling mystery. In December 1935, she was found dead in her luxury car, parked in the garage above the cafe she co-owned. The cause? Carbon monoxide poisoning. But the story didn't add up. Todd had been seen alive and vibrant just hours earlier. She had bruises on her body and blood on her face. The garage door was partially open, And why would a thriving actress with no apparent signs of depression choose such a strange end? Suspects circled: her business partner and ex-lover Roland West, mobster connections, even jealous rivals. Yet despite the suspicious circumstances, her death was ruled accidental. Hollywood studios moved quickly to contain the story. No trial, no closure, just silence. Thelma Todd's death became one of Tinseltown's most whispered-about tragedies, a glamorous starlet gone too soon, wrapped in a scandal no one dared to fully uncover. Her smile lit up the screen, but her end cast a long, dark shadow. Lana Turner was the epitome of Hollywood glamour, a stunning actress whose beauty and talent made her a star. But behind the glitz, her personal life spiraled into a tabloid nightmare. The most shocking chapter came in 1958, when Turner's teenage daughter, Cheryl Crane, stabbed and killed Lana's gangster boyfriend, Johnny Stompanato. Stompanato, a violent enforcer for mobster Mickey Cohen, had reportedly been abusive toward Turner. The night he died, he was allegedly threatening Lana during a heated argument. Cheryl, just 14, claimed she acted to protect her mother. The court ruled it justifiable homicide, but the public wasn't convinced. Rumors exploded. Was Lana protecting herself? Did she influence her daughter's testimony? Did the studio clean up the mess? Turner's carefully crafted image cracked under the weight of the scandal, but MGM worked overtime to preserve their star. The tragedy boosted her fame, but haunted her reputation. It wasn't just a murder, it was a glimpse into the dark underbelly of Hollywood glamour, where love, violence, and manipulation collided. Lana Turner never escaped the shadow of that night, and neither did the industry that protected her. Barbara Payton's rise and fall was one of Hollywood's most tragic cautionary tales. A blonde bombshell with raw talent and irresistible charm, she quickly became a star in the late 1940s, working alongside screen legends like James Cagney and Gary Cooper. But it wasn't her acting that kept her in the headlines. It was the scandalous love triangle that derailed her life. Payton became entangled with two men, actor Frank Tone and tough guy Tom Neal. The rivalry turned violent when Neal brutally beat Tone into a coma, leaving the public horrified. Instead of walking away, Barbara bounced between the two men, eventually marrying and divorcing Tone within weeks. Hollywood turned its back. Studios blacklisted her, and roles vanished. Spiraling into alcoholism, drug use, and prostitution, Payton went from starlet to scandal in a matter of years. She died at just 39, broke and forgotten. Her fall wasn't just a personal tragedy. It was a brutal example of how Hollywood builds up its women, then watches as they crash and burn. Barbara Payton's story is a haunting reminder of fame's fleeting and unforgiving nature. Errol Flynn was Hollywood's ultimate swashbuckler, charming, daring, and wildly popular in the 1930s and 40s. But beneath the dashing smile and adventurous roles lay a man plagued by scandal. Flynn's life was a whirlwind of parties, alcohol, and rumors of wild behavior. The most notorious scandal erupted in 1942 when he was charged with statutory rape involving two underage girls. The trial gripped the nation, exposing Flynn's reckless lifestyle and the darker side of Hollywood's golden era. Though acquitted, the damage was done. His reputation was tarnished, and his wild antics became tabloid fodder. Flynn was known to push boundaries both on and off screen, with alleged affairs, heavy drinking, and brawls fueling the gossip mills. Studios tried to protect their star, but Flynn's reckless lifestyle made him both beloved and infamous. His story is a reminder of the dangerous double life many actors led, dazzling audiences by day, but battling demons and controversy by night. Flynn's scandals were a stain on the golden veneer of Tinseltown's most romantic era. Tom Neal's name is forever linked to one of Hollywood's most violent and sordid love triangles. A handsome actor with a promising career in the 1940s, Neal's off-screen life was a mess of jealousy, aggression, and scandal. His affair with Barbara Payton, a rising starlet, quickly turned toxic when she was also involved with actor Frank Tone. The rivalry exploded in 1951 when Neal savagely beat Tone into a coma during a brutal fight, shocking Hollywood and the public alike. Instead of distancing himself, Neal doubled down, marrying Payton in a short-lived and stormy relationship. But the violence and chaos followed him. His career spiraled downward as studios blacklisted him, unwilling to work with someone so embroiled in scandal. Neal's life after Hollywood was equally troubled. He served prison time for manslaughter in a separate incident and struggled with addiction and homelessness. Once full of promise, Tom Neal became a dark example of Hollywood's brutal underside, talent wasted, lives destroyed, and scandal buried beneath the glimmering surface of fame.